One thing that I truly enjoy when it comes to watching anime is that I can find a show that I have no idea what it's about, or someone recommends me a show and doesn't tell me anything about it, only just to watch it, and I end up loving the show. Now, a lot of times these shows are not perfect in any sense, or that they are not original in some cases story-wise, but they will have a special place in my heart because of how much I like them and how much they impacted me. Case in point, today's review, Beyond the Boundary, a show that really impacted me on a lot of levels. Now, Beyond the Boundary in all respect is not a perfect show, and a lot of people that have seen it thought it was an alright show. I guess this review today is to explain why I think it's more than just an alright show and why you should give this show a chance. Well, I mean, when you think about it, that's basically what all my reviews are in some way, shape, or form. But whatever, let's begin, shall we? Beyond the Boundary is an interesting story about two young teenagers whose hearts are not only filled with regrets, but burdens that are placed upon their shoulders. The actions that they choose will decide the fate of humanity itself, and they will draw towards each other and begin to learn more about each other and themselves and come to terms with their hardships. One being a girl from a cursed clan and the other being a boy who is immortal, this story has an excellent sci-fi twist about two ill-fated teenagers. Now, of course, there's more to the plot, but with all my reviews, I won't dive too deep into the details. Now, as I've stated earlier, I mentioned that BTB isn't perfect. However, it makes up for a lot of its flaws with its beautiful animation, good laughs, and a satisfying, enjoyable ride the whole way through. Some people that have watched the show have said that the story isn't original, but I personally feel that if something works, and if people that watch it enjoy it, then that's what matters the most at the end of the day. While originality is a plus, it is not always necessary to make a good anime. Another good aspect that Beyond the Boundary has is its level of mysticism that the show portrays. Even if people say it is an overused, overarching story, you have to give it credit where credit is due because it does an amazing job of not feeling stale whatsoever. One last big point I want to make about this show is not only the show's characters, but also the character development are high points in this anime, and I truly feel Beyond the Boundary does a great job with this. The animation is a big help for this in several scenes as they can depict the emotions in that respective character. The characters also develop so well, having several episodes where the characters slowly but surely become closer to each other rather than leaving it implied, which is something that I wish more shows did. So, in conclusion, Beyond the Boundary is, whether people like to admit it or not, an enjoyable experience despite the tropes it has. The characters, story, and of course the plot overall flow quite well with each other. As I said, there are flaws and those are naturally not to be ignored, but in my opinion, does a lot of things well and deserves to be given a chance. Also, just throwing this out there as well, they also have a movie that came out for Beyond the Boundary that takes place after the anime. So if you end up liking the series, then you'll want to check this out also, because it's a continuation. Once again, guys, thank you so much for checking out my review as always. If you like what you've seen and heard, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more updates in the future. As always, I'm your boy Big Sig, and I'll see you guys later.